Hello everybody, welcome back. Miner Mountain here. Today we are playing Shattered Pixel Dungeon. New series starting. This will be the first video in the series. It was going to be me fighting Tengu, but it took too long to get there, but there's a lot of good examples in this video, so let's get after it. Here's one of the first differences. You got a different loading screen. There's like a save screen you can go to too. I don't do that. I just close the game and it auto saves or something. I don't know, it works. I've never had problems with it, but you can actually see like all the stats and stuff and pick your game in that loading screen. So that's kind of nice. And as you can see right away, the difference from Pixel Dungeon is the point of view. It's more of a kind of a three-dimensional angled view than just a top-down. It's more like the original Legend of Zelda in the dungeons. If you remember that view, this is exactly what that reminds me of. You can't see your feet when you're up against the southern wall, and you can see all of the northern wall. A lot of the enemies are the same. I think there's more enemy spawns. I think there's more loot spawns, definitely. Maybe not food. I've had problems getting food. But basically after this, I have no less than 5 potions of healing in my well, it's a potion belt, and it's something that's different from Pixel Dungeon. You start with a potion belt, so it's basically a sash that you wear that holds your potions, so it only takes up one item in your inventory, one item slot in your inventory. Here's a new enemy. This is a prison guard. They have the ability to grapple you. Something new I really like right there. I was able to hit him from 1 cell away because I have a spear in my inventory that's equipped right now, and it has more of a range, it has more reach. So you don't have to be next to an enemy if you have certain weapons. You can be 1 square away and hit them, which is really nice if you couple that with like a ring of haste or something like that. See that shield on the left there? That's actually a melee weapon, but it adds to your shields as well. You block stuff a lot more. And there's little icons in the corner telling you what potions and scrolls are. Ring of sharpshooting. There's new rings. Rings are good. Actually, I got a ring. I forget what it's called, but you know the Knoll Shaman that pulls with the orange pants and he pulls your weapon out of your hand and you have to pick it back up. And there's a ring that you can put on that makes your fists really strong. So even if you're unarmed, it does between like 6 and 30 some damage. It works really good. So I was really surprised to see that, and I was actually really happy to see that. Wands. Wands are a lot stronger. Traps are a lot stronger. Check this out. I'm going to use the Wand of Regrowth on this guy. That's how I imagine a wand would work, you know? Like in Pixel Dungeon, it just kind of poofs out and sprays a little whatever, but that kind of just fills the room from the end of the wand, and it's like you could get caught in it too. Here, I'm going to do the Wand of Firebolt, and you can see it's a lot more powerful too. It has a larger area that it encompasses. And that's a great strategy right there if you guys are familiar with my previous videos. Wand of Regrowth and a Wand of Firebolt. Very, very good combination. It's kind of trickier to use in Shattered Pixel Dungeon because a lot of times when you fire the Wand of Regrowth, you get rooted. But usually you just wait a couple turns and then you take a step back. Dewjar is a little bit different. It takes 20 to fill it up, and if it's empty or has space in it, it will take that. It will take the dew before it will let you use it towards health. So you have to drop the Dewjar if you're really hurting and need the dewdrop for health. But that's just a little trick you can use. And you can drink it, obviously, just like you could in Pixel Dungeon. I got these stones here in my quick slot there. The first slot to the right there. They're not a weapon. They're good for springing traps and opening doors. Basically what you would use an arrow for in the original Pixel Dungeon. But they're not a weapon like the arrow is. You get a few of those. I like having 4 quick slots right away, especially if you got a lot of wands. And like I said, spawns are more, so you're going to get a lot of different weapons and wands to choose from. There's some weapons that only work with some classes. Like there's projectiles, like there's a crossbow, and only one class can use that. I've only had experience with the warrior class so far, just because I like it because it's the strongest and it's right away you can take a lot of damage. I don't know, that's what. Oh no, I remember this. So this is a good example of how to use the stones, but also how not to use them. I should have known what this trap was. but for some reason I didn't. I've got a video that's got something like this in it before. Don't do this. These guys are pretty strong too, so... Well, I'm level 9, I guess. So, like I said, I was going to try to make this a Tengu video, the level 10 boss, and I'm going to have a goo video as well, the first boss, and they're the same. The actual bosses are the same, but the first boss, the goo level, is larger, the map is larger, and when you fight Tengu, the map is a lot larger. He warps off to some place and you have to chase him. But after that, the final 3 bosses, DM300, the Knoll King? The Dwarf King, and Yogzawa, their levels, their maps are exactly the same. No difference there. I do think there is more gold that spawns. You get a lot more, and obviously I think it's just from more enemies and just more random spawns. But I've got a badge the other day of 7,500 gold collected. I think in the original Pixel Dungeon, my max on a really lucky game was like 6,200, 6,300, something like that. But that makes it easy for you to get all these containers. Your seed pouch, your wand holder, your scroll holder. You get all those, and it frees up a lot of space in your inventory. And then Lloyd's Beacon does not exist, as far as I know, in this game, but they have something that looks like it, and it lets you, it's like a merchant's clock or something, and it lets you, you carry that with you, and when you get a bunch of items and you need to sell, you don't have to go to the store. You use that clock, and it's a one-time, what do you need to sell, and you just kind of clear out what you want to sell out of your inventory, which is pretty nice. I don't know, I haven't encountered any warping thing like that, like Lloyd's Beacon beyond the Wand of Teleportation. Or a Scroll of Teleportation, excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up right here. After all that work, what did I get? A Wand of Transfusion. Plainly shaped wand, stands out. Wand will take some of your life energy and blast it into the target's effective. Very versatile. Allies will be healed. Enemies will be temporarily charmed. Hostile undead will take considerable damage. Life drain is significant though, so be careful. It's actually a really good wand against the undead. It hurts them a lot. I haven't got to use it against allies yet. I didn't realize it could do that, but that's a new wand. That's pretty cool, and actually doesn't hurt you that much at all. It doesn't take that much health, so it's definitely worth it to use it, especially on the undead enemies. Okay, here's an example of me using the Wand of Transfusion against an undead enemy. Hit him for 10, hit him pretty good, and barely took any of my health. If you're high in health and have this wand, I would say fire away. It's a great wand. Okay, here's a cool feature a lot of people take for granted, but I think is really neat. So I just stopped right here. I just backed out of it, backed out of the game, didn't do anything, just turned it off. And this is recorded at a later date. The original Pixel Dungeon did this, but a lot of people take it for granted, like I said. When you load back right where you were with everything, right where you left off. That's very valuable. I've played a lot of games that don't have that, and it's very annoying. I'm glad that's something that's included in, well, most of these versions, so kudos. Well, I jammed a lot of info into this video, and there's more info to come, more videos to come, because this is the start of a new series. Please hit that like button, subscribe. Tell me what you'd like to see in the comments. That is all the time I got for today. Miner Mountain out. Peace!